Joseph Makur Naith condemns violence in Malakal, calls for government intervention amid peace negotiations. Welcome to Juba Global News Network, I'm Sophia. Now the news. Joseph Makur Naith, chairman of the Patriotic People's Party, PPP, has issued a resounding condemnation of the recent violent incidents that have rocked Malakal County in Upper Nile State, South Sudan. The tragic escalation of violence has resulted in the loss of innocent lives, casting a dark shadow over the region and threatening to exacerbate existing ethnic tensions among the diverse communities residing in Upper Nile. In a stern statement, Joseph Makur Naith highlighted the urgent need for swift and decisive action by the government to quell the unrest and prevent further bloodshed. The chairman of the PPP emphasized that the ongoing violence in Malakal poses a grave risk of sparking wider ethnic conflicts, jeopardizing the fragile peace and stability in the region. Against the backdrop of peace negotiations currently underway in Nairobi, Kenya, Joseph Makur Naith underscored the critical importance of halting the cycle of violence and fostering a conducive environment for dialogue and reconciliation. The juxtaposition of escalating violence with the prospect of peace talks necessitates immediate intervention by the government to address the root causes of the conflict and restore calm to the embattled region. As a vocal advocate for peace and unity in South Sudan, Joseph Makur Naith called upon the authorities to take decisive measures to prevent further escalation of hostilities and uphold the sanctity of human life. The chairman of the PPP urged all parties involved to prioritize the well-being of the citizens and commit to peaceful resolutions that uphold the principles of coexistence and mutual respect. In the face of mounting tensions and the specter of escalating violence, Joseph Makur Naith's impassioned plea for government action resonates as a clarion call for swift intervention to avert a humanitarian crisis and safeguard the prospects of lasting peace in South Sudan. The fate of Malakal hangs in the balance, and the urgent need for de-escalation and conflict resolution cannot be overstated in the quest for a brighter and more peaceful future for all. In addition to the previous article, Joseph Makur Naith emphasized the pivotal role of the Sudan People's Liberation Movement, SPLM, as the party in power, in spearheading efforts to address and resolve the underlying issues fueling the recent violence in Malakal, Upper Nile State. As a key political entity with significant influence and resources at its disposal, the SPLM is uniquely positioned to serve as a central figure in facilitating dialogue, reconciliation, and sustainable solutions to prevent such tragic incidents from recurring. Joseph Makur Naith underscored the importance of the SPLM exercising its leadership mandate to promote unity, harmony, and peaceful coexistence among the diverse communities in South Sudan. By leveraging its position of authority and governance, the SPLM has the opportunity to lead by example and demonstrate a steadfast commitment to fostering a culture of tolerance, understanding, and conflict resolution within the nation. As the custodian of political power and governance structures, the SPLM bears the responsibility of ensuring that the voices of all citizens are heard, grievances are addressed, and inclusive mechanisms for dialogue and reconciliation are established. By proactively engaging with stakeholders, community leaders, and affected populations, the SPLM can play a pivotal role in addressing the root causes of violence, promoting social cohesion, and building a sustainable framework for peace and stability in South Sudan. Joseph Makur Naith's call for the SPLM to assume a central role in mitigating conflict and promoting peace underscores the imperative of collective action and shared responsibility in tackling the complex challenges facing the nation. As South Sudan navigates a delicate juncture marked by both violence and peace negotiations, the proactive engagement and leadership of the SPLM are essential in charting a path towards a more peaceful and prosperous future for all citizens. Thank for watching Juba Global News Network, the media by Naith Enterprise.
The peace process in Nairobi, Kenya, a critical juncture for South Sudan. Welcome to Juba Global News Network. I'm Joseph Eric. The ongoing peace negotiations in Nairobi, Kenya, aimed at resolving the long-standing conflict in South Sudan, have reached a critical juncture. High-level mediators have been working tirelessly to bring together various factions and stakeholders to the negotiating table, in the hopes of reaching a comprehensive peace agreement. However, the process has been met with challenges, particularly from holdout opposition groups such as the Patriotic People's Party, PPP, and People Action Party, PAP. Joseph Makur Naith, the chairman of the Patriotic People's Party, PPP, expressed concerns about the exclusion of certain opposition groups from the peace talks. He emphasized the importance of inclusivity in the peace process, stating that for a better South Sudan, all parties must come together to find solutions that benefit the people. Naith highlighted the need for unity among opposition parties, particularly as the country gears up for upcoming elections. The holdout opposition groups, including the PPP and PAP, have been vocal in their demands for a more inclusive and transparent peace process. They have called for greater representation and participation in the negotiations, arguing that their voices must be heard in order to achieve a lasting and sustainable peace in South Sudan. The current political climate in South Sudan is fraught with uncertainty, as the country prepares for elections amidst ongoing conflict and instability. The lack of guarantees for a peaceful electoral process has raised concerns among various stakeholders, including opposition groups and civil society organizations. As the peace process in Nairobi continues, it is crucial for all parties to prioritize dialogue, cooperation, and compromise in order to reach a consensus on key issues affecting the future of South Sudan. The involvement of holdout opposition groups, such as the PPP and PAP, is essential for building a more inclusive and representative government that can effectively address the needs and concerns of the South Sudanese people. Ultimately, the success of the peace process in Nairobi will depend on the willingness of all parties to set aside their differences and work towards a common goal of peace, stability, and prosperity for South Sudan. It is imperative that high-level mediators and negotiators facilitate meaningful discussions and negotiations that lead to a comprehensive and sustainable peace agreement that reflects the aspirations and interests of all stakeholders in the country. Also, amidst tensions, uncertainty surrounding security in Nairobi peace process, a week ago, General Stephen Buey made shocking claims of an attempted assassination in Nairobi, raising concerns about the safety of participants in the peace process. However, the Kenyan government swiftly responded, stating that they had conducted an investigation and found no evidence to support Buey's allegations. Despite this, the incident left a lingering sense of unease among those involved in the negotiations. Today, rumors of a poisoning incident have emerged, adding to the air of uncertainty surrounding the peace talks. While details remain unconfirmed, the reports have further heightened tensions and raised questions about the security measures in place to protect the participants. The peace negotiations in Nairobi, Kenya, aimed at resolving the conflict in South Sudan, have faced challenges due to the exclusion of holdout opposition groups like the Patriotic People's Party, PPP, and People Action Party, PAP. Joseph Makua Naith of PPP emphasized the need for inclusivity in the peace process, especially with elections approaching and uncertainties about their peaceful conduct. Solution: to ensure a successful peace process, all parties must prioritize dialogue, cooperation, and compromise. Involving holdout opposition groups like PPP and PAP is crucial for building a more inclusive and representative government. By working together towards a common goal of peace and stability, South Sudan can achieve a sustainable peace agreement that benefits all its people. Thank you for watching Juba Global News Network, powered by Naith Enterprise, and please don't forget to follow us on YouTube at Juba Global.
May 21st. A Day Between God and Devil, Good and Bad, a prophetic insight by Joseph Makua Naith. Welcome to Juba Global News Network, the media by Naith Enterprise. I'm Sophia, your host. Now the news. On the cusp of May 21st, a pivotal date etched in the fabric of time, Joseph Makua Naith, a seasoned politician with a divine gift, shares a profound revelation that transcends the realms of the ordinary. Last year, on April 30, 2023, a momentous event unfolded as Joseph went live on Facebook, channeling a vision where the voice of God resonated, unveiling the mysteries of May 21, 2023, and its sequel in 2024. The essence of May 21 embodies a duality, a delicate balance between the forces of good and evil, a day that stands as a juncture between God and the devil. Through the lens of divine guidance, Joseph recounts how God's revelation has already begun to unfurl, laying bare the roots of evil that have plagued the fabric of South Sudan. As the prophetic timeline unfolds, tomorrow on May 21, 2024, holds the promise of realization, a culmination of the foretold events. Born with a unique power bestowed by God, Joseph Makua Naith stands as a conduit between the present and the prophetic, deciphering the signs of what is to come with unwavering clarity. The visions revealed to him have manifested with startling accuracy, shaping the course of events in South Sudan with profound implications. As the dawn of May 21, 2024, looms on the horizon, a sense of anticipation envelops the nation. Joseph's forewarning hints at an impending event of great significance, a moment that may alter the trajectory of South Sudan's history. With hope in his heart, Joseph envisages a future where the forces of good prevail, ushering in a new era of peace and prosperity for the people. As the clock ticks closer to the fateful date, the people of South Sudan brace themselves for what tomorrow may bring. Whether it be the signing of a historic peace agreement in Nairobi, Kenya, or a transformative event within the nation's borders, May 21, 2024, is poised to be etched in the annals of history, a day where the divine and earthly converge in a symphony of fate and providence. Thank for watching Juba Global News Network powered by Naith Enterprise.
Esteemed members of the Assembly, as a representative of the Patriotic People's Party, PPP, I stand before you today to express our unwavering commitment to the sanctity of democratic principles and the rights of every citizen to participate in free and fair elections. Dr. Riek Machar Teni, the leader of SPLM-EO, has made a compelling case for extending the timeline for the upcoming election. He highlighted the unfinished business that still requires attention, emphasizing the need for more time to address critical issues before the election can be conducted. It is crucial for us to acknowledge the importance of ensuring that the electoral process is inclusive and addresses the concerns of all stakeholders. The PPP firmly believes that a true democracy thrives on the diversity of opinions and the active participation of various political forces. We stand in solidarity with Dr. Riek Machar Teni's call for an extended timeline, as it demonstrates a sincere commitment to upholding the democratic values of our nation. We must also address the concerns raised by Dr. Machar regarding the undermining of holdout opposition groups by the ruling party, SPLM. It is essential for all political actors to operate on a level playing field, where the voices of every citizen and political entity are respected and given a fair chance to be heard. Upholding the principles of freedom of expression and equal opportunity for all political opponents is not just an aspiration but a fundamental necessity for a healthy and functioning democracy. As we move forward, it is imperative for the ruling party, SPLM, to heed the calls for an extended timeline for the election and to earnestly engage in constructive dialogue with all political stakeholders, including the holdout opposition groups. This approach will not only ensure a more inclusive and representative electoral process but also pave the way for a future where all voices are valued and every citizen has a genuine opportunity to participate in shaping the destiny of our nation. In conclusion, the PPP stands firm in its support for the extension of the election timeline and the unequivocal promotion of freedom of expression and equal opportunities for all political opponents. Let us embrace these principles to build a stronger, more inclusive democracy for the benefit of all citizens. Thank you.
Devastation strikes East Darfur as largest oil well goes up in flames. Welcome to Juba Global News Network, the media network by Naith Enterprises. I'm Sophia, your host today as of date, the 8th of May 2024. Now the news. In a heart-wrenching act of sabotage, a gang set fire to the largest crude oil production well in Sudan's East Darfur state over the weekend, resulting in the complete destruction of the well. The incident has sent shockwaves through the region, exacerbating an already dire situation. Major Hamdan Al-Ajib, the commander of the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, in East Darfur, revealed to Radio Tamazuj that the fire was intentionally ignited by a gang on Saturday. Swift action by our forces managed to extinguish the flames in the field, and one member of the gang has been apprehended. During interrogation, he confessed to the crime, and a manhunt is currently underway to capture the remaining suspects. Maj. Al-Ajib sought to reassure the citizens of the area, vowing that such an incident would not be allowed to recur. He emphasized that the RSF is fully prepared to protect the vital oil fields, upon which the local economy heavily relies. East Darfur State and West Kordofan State are home to over 30 oil fields, with the Zarqa Hadid field being the most prominent, producing approximately 1,000 barrels per day. However, ongoing conflicts and clashes have disrupted oil production in the region. Earlier this year, fighting between the RSF and the army in the Heglig field resulted in a 3-month suspension of oil production. Notably, accusations of hindering oil production and export have been exchanged between the army and the RSF in Sudan. Such incidents of sabotage against government and productive institutions have tragically become all too common in the Darfur states. Just 4 days ago, another group sabotaged power lines in the city of Janaina, further exacerbating the already fragile situation. East Darfur, currently under the control of the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, has witnessed a significant deterioration in security since mid-December 2023. During this time, the RSF has gained control over 4 out of the 5 Darfur states, including strategic cities and key supply routes. The ongoing war between the Sudanese army and the RSF, which commenced in April 2023, has resulted in a staggering loss of life, with over 15,000 deaths and more than 8 million people displaced or forced to seek refuge, according to the United Nations. The conflict has left a trail of destruction in its wake, with countless homes, schools, hospitals, and essential infrastructure reduced to rubble. The humanitarian crisis gripping the country has reached unprecedented levels, making it the world's largest displacement crisis. The destruction of the largest oil well in East Darfur serves as a poignant reminder of the continued suffering and devastation faced by the people of Sudan. It is a stark indication of the urgent need for peace, stability, and concerted international efforts to restore hope and rebuild the nation. Only then can Sudan begin to heal from the wounds inflicted by this protracted conflict and embark on a path towards a brighter future. Thank for watching Juba Global News Network powered by Naith Enterprises. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe on our YouTube channel at Juba Global. Clashes in Rumemer-Twik County result in tragic loss of lives. Blame game ensues. Welcome to Juba Global News Network, the media network by Naith Enterprise. I'm Sophia, your host today. Now the news. In a somber turn of events, a recent incident in Rumemer-Twik County has led to the loss of 18 lives, sparking a contentious blame game. Local authorities from Rumemer County in the ABI area and Twik County in Warrap State find themselves entangled in a dispute over the armed youth attacks that unfolded in their respective regions. According to the Rumemer County Commissioner, the violent confrontation unfolded at Majuk-Lu village in Rumemer County. However, the Twik County Commissioner alleges that Miseria herdsmen were responsible for an attack on Marol Iwang village in Twik County. Providing further details, Iwal Kier, the Commissioner of Rumemer County in ABI, disclosed to Radio Tamazuj that armed youth from Twik County, in collaboration with others from Unity State, launched a raid on 500 cattle owned by the Miseria at Majuk-Lu village in Rumemer County. Tragically, this resulted in the loss of 9 Miseria men, while 300 cattle were subsequently recovered. Kier vehemently refuted claims of ABI youth involvement in the attack, emphasizing their relentless efforts to discourage violence within the Miseria community. He categorically denied allegations of ABI youth instigating attacks or engaging in cattle raids in Twik County, dismissing such reports as unfounded. On the other hand, Simon Agwek, the Twik County Commissioner, corroborated the incident and attributed the attack on Marol Iwang village to the Miseria and armed youth from ABI. According to his report, 9 individuals lost their lives, while 8 others sustained injuries during the assault. Agwek highlighted the ongoing tensions with the Miseria community, underlining the urgent need for them to relocate to a designated area to prevent conflicts with local youth. He provided a detailed account of the attack at Marol Iwang village, where Miseria individuals allegedly targeted fishermen, resulting in casualties, as well as the confiscation of fishing equipment and dried fish. Furthermore, Agwek pointed out the association of the Miseria perpetrators with ABI and urged them to align with Sadiq, a Miseria leader from Awalad Camille, with whom they have a pre-existing agreement to prevent future violent incidents. As the investigation unfolds, the tragic loss of lives serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing tensions and complex dynamics in Rumemer-Twik County. The blame game between local authorities further exacerbates the situation, calling for swift and decisive action to address the underlying issues and prevent further bloodshed. Thank you. Conflict erupts in Western Equatoria State. Tensions rise between Azande and Balanda communities. Welcome to Juba Global News Network, the media network by Naith Enterprises. I'm Sophia, your host. Now the news. In Tambura, in a distressing turn of events, a violent conflict has broken out in Western Equatoria State, South Sudan, specifically in the town of Tambura. The clashes have taken place between the Azande and Balandu communities, fueling tensions and posing a significant threat to peace and stability in the region. Reports of the conflict indicate that long-standing grievances and disputes over land, resources, and historical rivalries have escalated into violent confrontations. The clashes have resulted in casualties and displacement, further exacerbating the humanitarian situation in the region. The Azande and Balandu communities, both indigenous to South Sudan, have coexisted for generations. However, underlying tensions and unresolved issues have now erupted into open conflict, causing widespread concern among local authorities and the international community. The violence in Tambura serves as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by South Sudan as it strives to rebuild and reconcile after years of civil strife. Efforts to foster peace, reconciliation, and social cohesion must be redoubled to prevent further escalation and mitigate the suffering of affected communities. Addressing the root causes of the conflict, including land disputes and historical grievances, will be vital to achieving lasting peace. Local authorities, community leaders, and relevant stakeholders must engage in dialogue and mediation processes to promote understanding, reconciliation, and peaceful coexistence among the Azande and Balandu communities. The South Sudanese government, in collaboration with regional and international partners, should provide support for peacebuilding initiatives, including the deployment of peacekeeping forces if necessary, to protect civilians and facilitate the resolution of the conflict. Humanitarian organizations must also play a crucial role in providing assistance to those affected by the violence, including access to health care, shelter, and food. Efforts to address the root causes of the conflict should be complemented by immediate humanitarian interventions aimed at alleviating the suffering of vulnerable populations. In this critical moment, it is essential for all parties involved to prioritize dialogue, reconciliation, and a commitment to peaceful coexistence. South Sudan's future hinges on its ability to resolve internal conflicts, promote social cohesion, and build a society that values diversity and respects the rights of all its citizens. As the situation in Tambura continues to unfold, the international community must remain engaged and supportive of efforts to restore peace and stability in Western Equatoria State. Only through collective action and a steadfast commitment to peaceful resolution can South Sudan overcome its challenges and work towards a brighter and more prosperous future for all its people. Thank you for watching Juba Global News Network, the media by Naith Enterprises. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and subscribe on our YouTube channel at Juba Global.
Joseph Makur Naith, endorsed by former U.S. President Barack Obama. Welcome to Naith News Network NNN, powered by Naith Enterprises. I'm Amanda, your host today. Now, the news. In a significant development that has captured the attention of the public, Joseph Makur Naith has received a notable endorsement from former United States President Barack Obama. This endorsement marks a pivotal moment in Naith's political journey and highlights the recognition of his leadership qualities and vision for the future. Former President Barack Obama's endorsement of Joseph Makur Naith underscores the importance of Naith's candidacy and the potential impact he can have on the political landscape. Obama's support serves as a testament to Naith's dedication to public service and his commitment to bringing positive change to his community and beyond. As a respected figure in global politics, Barack Obama's endorsement carries significant weight and influence, resonating with both Naith's supporters and the wider public. It showcases the alignment of values and principles between Naith and Obama, further solidifying Naith's credibility as a candidate worthy of public trust and support. With this endorsement, Joseph Makur Naith is poised to gain momentum and garner increased attention from voters as he continues to campaign for his political aspirations. The endorsement from former President Obama serves as a powerful endorsement of Naith's character, capabilities, and potential to make a meaningful impact in the political arena. As the public becomes aware of this endorsement, it is expected to generate further interest and discussion surrounding Joseph Makur Naith's candidacy. The endorsement from former President Barack Obama not only elevates Naith's profile but also signals a new chapter in his political career, one that is marked by support from a figure of international acclaim and respect. In conclusion, the endorsement of Joseph Makur Naith by former United States President Barack Obama signifies a momentous occasion in Naith's political journey. This endorsement not only validates Naith's candidacy but also highlights his potential to lead and inspire positive change in his community and beyond. Thanks for watching NNN.
Clarifying misrepresentation. Fake news record misuses Juba Global News Network's name. Welcome to Juba Global News Network. I'm Sophia, your host at Juba Global News Network. Now the news. In recent developments, concerns have emerged regarding a news record circulating in the WhatsApp group called Contemporary Junub Forum, claiming to be from Juba Global News Network. It is important to clarify that this news record is entirely fake and does not originate from Juba Global News Network, a reputable media organization. The dissemination of false information under the guise of a trusted media outlet is not only misleading but also a violation of trademark and copyright laws. Juba Global News Network takes this matter seriously and wishes to set the record straight. Juba Global News Network, known for its commitment to delivering accurate and reliable news, upholds the highest journalistic standards. The organization adheres to ethical practices and maintains the integrity of its brand by ensuring that all information disseminated through its official channels is thoroughly verified and fact-checked. Instances of misinformation and fake news pose significant challenges to the public's trust in media organizations. It is crucial for individuals to exercise caution and critically evaluate the authenticity of news sources before accepting or spreading information. Juba Global News Network urges individuals to rely on credible and verified news sources for accurate information. The proliferation of false information not only undermines the credibility of media organizations but also has the potential to harm public discourse and create confusion among readers. It is essential to respect trademark and copyright laws, which protect the intellectual property of media organizations. Misusing the name of a media company is a violation of these laws and can have legal consequences. Juba Global News Network remains committed to its mission of providing reliable and unbiased news coverage. The organization will continue to strive for excellence in journalism and uphold the trust of its readers and viewers. In conclusion, the news record claiming to be from Juba Global News Network circulating in the WhatsApp group Contemporary Junub Forum is confirmed to be fake. It is essential to exercise caution, verify information from credible sources, and respect trademark and copyright laws to maintain a responsible and informed society. Thank for watching Juba Global News Network powered by Naith Enterprises. Please don't forget to follow us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube at Juba Global. Welcome to Juba Global News Network. I'm Sophia, your reporter. Unveiling the truth. The speculated postponement of South Sudan's 2024 elections thesis statement. The purported agreement between First Vice President Dr. Riek Machar Teni and President Salva Kiir Mayardit to postpone the 2024 elections in South Sudan sparks intrigue and raises critical questions about the future of the nation's democratic process. In the heart of South Sudan, a whisper of uncertainty has emerged, threatening to disrupt the political landscape of the war-torn nation. Rumors swirling around an alleged clandestine agreement between the country's prominent leaders, Dr. Riek Machar Teni and President Salva Kiir Mayardit, suggest a potential postponement of the highly anticipated 2024 elections. While details remain shrouded in mystery, the implications of such a decision could reverberate far beyond the borders of South Sudan. At the core of this developing story lies the delicate balance of power and democracy in a nation striving to heal from the wounds of conflict and division. The mere suggestion of extending the transitional period and delaying the electoral process raises concerns about the fragility of the political framework established in the aftermath of years of civil unrest. As citizens yearn for stability and progress, the prospect of postponing elections casts a shadow of doubt on the commitment to genuine democratic practices. The anonymous nature of the leaked information adds another layer of complexity to the narrative, fueling speculation and uncertainty among the populace. Questions about the timing, legitimacy, and motives behind this alleged agreement linger in the minds of South Sudanese citizens who have long awaited the opportunity to shape their nation's future through free and fair elections. In light of these rumors, it is imperative for both local and international observers to closely monitor the unfolding events and demand transparency from the country's leadership. The people of South Sudan deserve clarity, accountability, and respect for the democratic principles that should guide their journey towards peace and prosperity. As the dust settles on this intriguing revelation, one thing remains clear: the fate of South Sudan's democracy hangs in the balance. The decision to postpone the 2024 elections, if confirmed, must be met with scrutiny, dialogue, and engagement from all stakeholders to ensure that the will of the people is upheld and the promise of a brighter tomorrow is not compromised. In conclusion, the rumors surrounding the alleged agreement to delay the 2024 elections in South Sudan serve as a stark reminder of the challenges that confront a nation striving to overcome its turbulent past and embrace a future of hope and reconciliation. The eyes of the world are watching, waiting to see how this chapter in South Sudan's history will unfold, and what it will ultimately reveal about the resilience and resolve of its people. Through openness, dialogue, and a commitment to democratic values, South Sudan has the opportunity to navigate this uncertain terrain and emerge stronger, more united, and truly representative of the aspirations of its citizens. Let us stand together in solidarity with the people of South Sudan as they chart a course towards a future defined by peace, justice, and genuine democracy. Thank you for watching Juba Global News Network powered by Naith Enterprises. Don't forget to follow our page on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube at Juba Global.
U.S. braces for potential Iran attack on U.S. or Israeli assets in the region. Juba Global News Network. I'm Eric, your host-presenter. In a breaking development, the United States is on high alert and actively preparing for a potential significant attack by Iran targeting Israeli or American assets in the region. This response comes in the wake of an Israeli airstrike in Damascus that resulted in the destruction of the consular section of Iran's embassy and the loss of lives, as reported by Syrian state media. MJ Lee of CNN has reported that the U.S. is taking the threat seriously and has escalated its readiness in anticipation of an attack that could occur as early as within the next week. The strike in Damascus, which claimed the lives of top Iranian commanders, has heightened tensions and raised concerns of a retaliatory response from Iran. As emergency services work to manage the aftermath of the airstrike in Syria, the international community remains on edge, fully aware of the potential consequences of further escalation in the region. The United States is taking necessary precautions to protect its interests and ensure the safety of its personnel and assets in the region. Let's hear from Daniel report.
United States implements comprehensive safety plan to protect Americans amid heightened threats. In response to the concerns raised by Joseph Neath and others regarding the safety of Americans amidst heightened threats, the United States has taken decisive action by implementing a comprehensive safety plan. This plan aims to protect American citizens from potential terror attacks and ensure their well-being in times of heightened security risks. With an unwavering commitment to the safety and security of its people, the United States has proactively developed robust strategies designed to counter emerging threats. The implementation of this plan reflects the nation's dedication to protecting its citizens and upholding its core values. Through enhanced intelligence gathering and analysis, the United States has strengthened its ability to detect and prevent potential terror attacks. By harnessing the power of information, authorities can anticipate and counteract threats before they materialize. This proactive approach enables the nation to stay one step ahead, ensuring the safety of its citizens. Thorough risk assessments and threat analyses form a crucial component of the safety plan. By evaluating potential vulnerabilities and identifying areas of concern, the United States can develop tailored strategies to address specific security risks. Through a comprehensive understanding of the threats at hand, authorities can implement targeted measures to mitigate risks effectively. The United States positions its forces and resources strategically to maximize deterrence and response capabilities. By maintaining a strong and visible presence, the nation sends a clear message that it is prepared to swiftly and resolutely counter any potential acts of terrorism. I'm Daniel reporting from Juba Global News Network online headquarters.
In these challenging times, the United States recognizes the importance of international cooperation and collaboration. The nation works closely with allies and partners to share intelligence, enhance collective security efforts, and strengthen the overall effectiveness of the safety plan. Through strong and enduring alliances, the United States amplifies its defensive capabilities and reinforces its commitment to protect not only Americans but also global peace and security. As the implementation of the safety plan continues to evolve, the United States remains steadfast in its commitment to the safety and well-being of its citizens. As developments unfold, Juba Global News Network will continue to provide updates on this evolving situation. Stay tuned for the latest information on the U.S. response and any further developments regarding potential attacks by Iran. Thank for watching. Juba Global News Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Juba Global.
Welcome to Nayath News Network. I'm Jennifer, your presenter working for Nayath News Network and Juba Global News Network, both powered by Nayath Enterprises. Now the news. Reconsidering economic measures in South Sudan, beyond intimidation. The complex economic situation in South Sudan demands more than just intimidating its poorer citizens. It calls for a multifaceted approach that addresses the country's systemic issues rather than resorting to daunting measures. South Sudan's economic challenges are deeply ingrained. To begin with, the country grapples with international sanctions and a local currency that lacks recognition in the global market. The repercussions of these predicaments ripple through the nation's economic infrastructure. Moreover, the absence of adequately trained marketers who possess the requisite knowledge to compete in the global arena further hampers South Sudan's economic prospects. When local talent and expertise are underdeveloped, the country's ability to participate effectively in the international market is severely impeded. Additionally, the outsized influence of foreign entities in South Sudan's marketing system remains a significant point of concern, By allowing external actors to dominate the marketing landscape, the nation denies itself the opportunity to nurture indigenous expertise and foster homegrown economic development.
Yeah, Jennifer, you know what the government of South Sudan did on Thursday, March 28th is not right. This type of thinking need improvement. Implementing economic solution by intimidating the poor is not wise. The government need to recognize that South Sudan challenges extend beyond individual traders. Firstly, South Sudan face sanction and its local currency lack global recognition. Secondly, South Sudan lack well-trained marketers. with the global market expertise. Thirdly, foreign entitles dominate the marketing system instead of empowering local talent. Fourthly, the nation heavily rely on foreign export rather than developing its own. Lastly, South Sudan has not thoroughly researched the reason behind strong demand for the dollar over the South Sudan pound. These are the things that the government should look into before intimidating them and arrest them, taking their things for no reason. Thank you.
Another critical issue is the heavy reliance on foreign imports, which overshadows efforts to promote domestic production. Dependence on external sources for goods perpetuates a cycle of economic vulnerability and limits the country's potential for self-sufficiency and growth. Finally, the prevalent imbalance in currency dynamics, exemplified by the strong demand for the dollar against the South Sudanese pound, SSP, points toward deep-rooted economic intricacies that require thorough investigation and targeted solutions. The government's approach to economic management should extend beyond targeting impoverished citizens and delve into comprehensive strategies that address these underlying challenges. Initiatives should encompass efforts to alleviate sanctions, bolster the local currency's relevance, enhance domestic training programs for marketers, foster local participation in the marketing landscape, prioritize indigenous production, and conduct rigorous research into currency demand dynamics. In conclusion, South Sudan's economic situation warrants profound introspection and deliberate actions that transcend mere intimidation of its vulnerable populace. It demands a concerted focus on rectifying systemic issues and instigating sustainable transformations. By fortifying and diversifying its economic foundations, South Sudan can embark on a path of durable growth and prosperity. Thanks for watching Nayath News Networks.
Understanding the devaluation of the South Sudanese pound, a call for economic regulation. In recent years, South Sudan has experienced a significant devaluation of its local currency, the South Sudanese pound, SSP. This devaluation has prompted concern and raised fundamental questions about the country's economic stability. Joseph Nayath, like many others, has been vocal in expressing his perplexity regarding the devaluation of the SSP and its impact on the country's economic standing. The situation in South Sudan has led many to draw parallels with the economic crisis that plagued Zimbabwe in the past. In both cases, the devaluation of the local currency sparked a loss of confidence in the domestic monetary system. This, in turn, led to the widespread use of foreign currencies, primarily the US dollar, as a more reliable medium of exchange and store of value. The key question that arises is why South Sudanese citizens and businesses have shown a preference for foreign currencies, particularly the US dollar, over their local currency. This phenomenon begs an exploration into the underlying reasons and the potential implications for the country's economy. There appears to be a lack of clear regulations and enforcement mechanisms to govern the use of foreign currencies within South Sudan. The absence of stringent regulations may have contributed to the widespread adoption of foreign currencies in everyday transactions, including those related to import and export activities, foreign organizations, airports, hotels, businesses, and banking operations within the country. To address this issue, there is a pressing need for comprehensive surveys and data collection to understand the driving forces behind the demand for foreign currencies, particularly the US dollar, in South Sudan. Understanding the motives and circumstances under which foreign currencies are favored over the local currency is crucial in formulating effective policies and regulatory measures. Furthermore, it is imperative for the South Sudanese government to institute robust regulations and enforcement mechanisms to manage the use of foreign currencies and promote confidence in the domestic monetary system. Regulations should encompass areas such as currency exchange operations, foreign business transactions, and the operation of foreign entities within the country. The implementation of effective regulations will not only serve to stabilize the local currency but also promote economic sovereignty and financial stability in South Sudan. It is essential to create an environment where the South Sudanese pound is recognized as a reliable and preferred medium of exchange, fostering confidence and trust in the domestic economy. In conclusion, the devaluation of the South Sudanese pound and the pervasive use of foreign currencies, particularly the US dollar, within the country necessitate a critical examination of the economic landscape. Through informed surveys, data collection, and the enactment of robust regulatory frameworks, South Sudan can mitigate the factors contributing to the devaluation of its currency. By fostering confidence in the domestic monetary system, the country can pave the way for sustainable economic growth and stability. Joseph Naif's concerns serve as a clarion call for decisive action to address the challenges posed by the devaluation of the SSP, and his questions merit urgent consideration as South Sudan seeks to realign its economic trajectory. Thanks for watching. I'm Joshua Lin, the economics commentator at Naif Enterprises working for Juba Global News Network.